After a long wait, Rangers finally returned to action. Now, we have had closed door friendlies, which we've pretty much won every game. Even Kamara Roof hasn't got injured, so that's all a plus. But today is the day we have Alan McGregor's testimonial at Ibrox against Newcastle United, who are apparently bringing 8,000 away fans, which I thought was quite weird for a wee testimonial. But you know what? At the end of the day, Newcastle, well supported club. I've no real beef with Newcastle. I mean, they're assembling a pretty good team. You know, they've got Tonali, they've bought him. We'll probably see him in action today. But before we get in to my thoughts on the game, this isn't a match preview. This is more of a, talk about the latest transfers, and then I'll just give a score prediction, because yesterday I talked about the starting 11 for a bit, and I just don't think a testimonial really warrants a match preview, but it sure as hell warrants a match review, so make sure you check out that later on. But as for Glen Kamara, Leeds, 4 million, that looks like that is going to happen over the next couple of days. I think we could have got a bit more personally, but at the same time, a guy that's fell out of favour with Bale, he really has no future with us, and I think he'll suit the Championship. I think Kamara has struggled the most when, well, I say he struggles the most when teams just sit back, but that's most of the league. I feel like Kamara has actually flourished more in Europe, personally. I'm not saying he can't flourish against a team that just sticks 10 behind the ball, and there has been instances where he has been pish against big teams. I'm not denying that, but if you look at some of his best matches recently, look at Leipzig, team that isn't going to put 10 behind the ball. Like, I think in other examples in Europe. So Kamara, it's a shame. I wish he could stay and perform to what we think he's capable of, but it doesn't look like that's ever going to happen. And to sign him for 50,000 and to sell him for 4 million, I know we probably could have got over 10 million for the guy at one point, maybe 20, yeah, because that meme's still floating about. Maybe 20 for Glen Kamara, but I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. But the Leeds, I think he'll do a good job for Leeds, help them pretty much come straight back up. That's what I think will happen over there for him. We're down there in the Yorkshire, get a cup of tea, Glen Kamara. But yeah, Leeds are expected to go straight back up. And then I think it's a decent move, because he'll go to Leeds, he'll do a year in the Championship, and then they'll be straight back up. Man, I doubt Leeds will struggle take out the Championship. And as for Scott Wright, getting 500,000 for him, looks like that deal could be done. Well, I'll say 500,000. We have to give Aberdeen 20%. So for Glen Kamara and Scott Wright, we're looking at 4.4 million, which isn't bad, but considering a few weeks ago we had Scott Wright linked with a 4 million move of his own to Saudi Arabia, as much as I think that was total BS, it would have been good to have got it. So looks like now four and a bit million for Kamara and Scott Wright. I mean, it helps us, I guess, add that money with the Cholak money, but I think there's still a lot of players that Beale wants to get rid of, and can we realistically make much more money? If McLaughlin goes, we can't make much more money. I feel like we could make money on Matondo and Hadji, but I just don't feel like they're getting talked about in the same breath as these two, who are actually openly going out the door. So it'll be intriguing to see, nonetheless. Also, in other news, we have the return of Tom Lawrence. He was back, even though he's been almost out for a year with injury. It's good to see the main man back. I thought at the start of last season he was one of the few shining lights. Him, Tillman, Cholak were pretty good. And yeah, what a guy. What a guy. That free kick, man, against PSV, albeit, massive deflection. But I thought he did not put a bad game in for us, and I really hope this injury has not affected him. I really hope he can just hit the ground running again. So it'll be like signing a new player. I don't want to do what Arsene Wenger used to do. I know we don't sign players, but Theo Walcott, he come back, he's like a 20 million pound signing. No, I don't want to talk about that, man. But as for tonight, as for the game, I think it'll be tough against Newcastle. We've still got a few injuries. We've got a team that is pretty much new, and for that reason alone, are they going to gel straight away? Well, in the other games in pre-season, behind the closed doors they have, but I feel like with Newcastle, they've got fundamentally the same team with Tonali wrong in there. So, maybe Newcastle play a bit of a weakened team. But for our sake, I hope they do, because we're missing quite a few key players. Got to bear in mind, McGregor obviously will be playing. Goldson's out injured. God knows what the midfield's going to be like. And I think the front three will pretty much be brand new. I'm not expecting any players in the front three. I'm going to expect like Dessers, Sima, Lammers, those sort of players. Hopefully, looking forward to it, man. It'll be good to see all these players in action, and hopefully they can put on a show. But until next time, peace.